Send up to you. I'll have your stream in the background, but on mute because I don't want to.
Yeah, because you don't want to have an echo. Alrighty, we are back. I'm standing on a fucking mailbox. Welcome back to TCG Card Simulator, where the drinks are fine and the bitches are finer. I am joined by Tapmaster Artie. No, I didn't rip that off of DBZ Abridged. What are you talking about? Hey, get to work.
The drinks are fine and the bitches are finer. That's such a bastardization. I
was trying to find a way to do something that like tied into your theme, and that's all I could come up with.
Where the drinks are. I mean, you know, props, honestly, man. Props.
Oh, well, so go ahead, introduce yourself to the fine people at home, and give us some intel about what makes Artie Artie.
That's a question only a therapist can answer. All right, I'll do my best here, I guess. Hello, I'm outside of the tap house where the conversations flow as free as the drinks. I swapped between like 6 different characters because I had 6 D&D characters that I felt bad about not using because I lost touch with my initial D&D group. So this is one of them, which is, to quote Mike, the only right character because it feels weird seeing me without a hat.
And Artie wears a hat in my brain.
Yes, it's just canonical to Mike now, so he'll get a massive culture shock whenever I play any other game other than rhythm games.
When you played Hades, I was just like staring at the screen and being like, something's wrong, and I can't place what it is.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I mean, that was a different character as well.
Yeah.
That was my thief, rather than my bard. Dude, you're gonna be doing the same thing when it comes to genealogy, which will be, because I've
so like, it's not just like, this isn't the Fire Emblem character. This is just, okay, this is specifically the mystery character. I got you.
The mystery, so when I was doing the poster for this, I might as well delve into this. The one that found me, so I'm doing right now because Fire Emblem is permanently etched into my brain, it is a parasite. It is turning 35. It turned 35 this year, and so like, not just me, so not only me is crazy to do this. I'm doing a series-wide pick my units for all of the games, starting with FE1 and ending with Engage, including all of the paths and fates and all the paths and 3 houses. So this will be a long ass thing.
Out of curiosity, for 3 houses, would that entail there are 4 paths for you, or are you only doing it 1 per house?
4.
Okay.
I'm doing 4.
How are you going to decide?
That is Silver Snow.
How are you going to decide what path or what house you'll go with for the church route? Are you going to?
Easy. I'm doing it in terms of order from least liked to liked. So it starts with Silver Snow, and then it'll go. I'll have to do a coin toss if I in terms of, because I like both of them about equally in terms of Blue Lions or Black Eagles, and then I'll end with Golden Deer.
Okay.
Golden Deer is my favorite, and the co-host I have for Golden Deer or for 3 houses is also a Golden Deer stan, and so we're marrying Hilda that run because that is his favorite character.
Hilda is best girl. I support this decision.
I'm more of a tomboy enthusiast, so a Leonie for me, but that, you know, Hilda's not bad.
I think I think I talked about this with you back when I first like joined your stream and was like, okay, who's the best FE waifu? And you said Leonie. I was like, that's weirdly refreshing, because every time I talk about Leonie or like I'm playing 3 houses and people, there's so much negativity to her because everyone has the same comments.
It's because so I made a 40 fucking minute. So I also, outside of Twitch stuff, I also do video. I just recently swapped over to video analysis. The first character dissection that I did was on Leonie because I was so fucking sick of hearing her entire personality trait is just Geralt-sama, because I'm like, that's just not true. But you know, it doesn't help that the monastery conversations are revolved around it, and the pilot support is so one-sidedly bad.
That's exactly it. So like, those kinds of analysis are exactly what we need more of to show the stuff that you might not know about that character. So I love that you do that.
I also, the primary reason for it is because this might be just the side of the internet that I'm on. But positivity is fucking sick as hell, and I'd rather show off the cool shit that I'm doing, or the cool shit in games. You'll dig this for February, because you know, Valentine's Day, month of love. I did an entire video going after my favorite couple in gaming, which is Celis and Locke.
Oh, I love FE6 or FF6. Fuck, I'm doing it.
Yeah, now you're doing it. But yeah, no, I did it was like a 20-minute video dissecting about Celis and Locke.
I'm curious. I'm gonna have to watch it, but as a spoiler kind of thing, do you touch on the comparisons between Celeste and Rachel in that video? I'm very curious.
A little bit. I'm touching on it in terms of how it's through Locke's perspective.
Gotcha.
Basically, the entire thing with it is the fact that Locke views Celis as a replacement because he views the same traits as Rachel, but he still has Rachel in his mind. Literally, his negative theme is called Forever Rachel.
Forever Rachel, yeah.
Yeah, it's called Forever Rachel.
I like how you opted for the word of like replacement, whereas my brain went to redemption. I see him seeing Rachel as a redemption arc for himself.
It's a redemption arc once Rachel tells him to let go. Because the problem with it is he doesn't fully let go because he doesn't trust Celis. Because the main point to that is the Magic Deck facility of what happens there.
I hate that scene. I love that game. I hate that scene because a character that has done nothing to give you the illusion of like being treacherous. Like Kefka basically shows up, throws out an accusation, and everyone just like takes it at face value, and it drives me crazy. It's like
it's a very stupid thing, but the thing with it, the problem with it is the fact that again, it's the entire thing with it is because Kefka is part of the thing. It also doesn't help that Sid is there, and Sid also asks. Like, Sid is the one who, if anything, plants the seeds in there, and then Kefka's like, fuck it, I'm gonna take advantage of it.
Sid is the only reason why I don't rally against that scene whenever I replay it. It's because you're 100% right. He has at least some level of credibility, but like, it drives me crazy because...
Oh, it drives me insane as well, but the thing with it is that it sets up more of a firm redemption, or not even full redemption, but more so trusting and fraught strain between the relationship of the two, especially. It also helps that Locke is probably my favorite character in FF6. Like, I fucking love Locke Cole.
Are you a stan of the original SNES translation of some of his lines, or do you prefer the rewrites? Because I'm not gonna lie, call me a thief and I'll rip your lungs out. It lives rent free in my head.
I like both just because I am very biased towards Ted Woolsey. I find his translations very funny, but I also did play a couple of fan translations for me.
That's fair. I like to see both sides of it.
Yeah. So the thing with it is I'm very here's how it works. I'm very willing to give stuff for remakes and rewrites if they don't ruin the original spirit. The thing with Locke is that he's always been more of a he's always had the facade of being happy-go-lucky when he's really a man on a revenge quest. Because like the entire reason as to why he becomes a treasure hunter, my bad. Yeah. Is because he is just a man who's fucking pissed at the world because the one girl he loved basically died because of the Empire.
Yes.
Like, she had her memory lost, but like she died because of the Empire. Give me 1 second real quick. All right, sorry, I had to let my server know that I'm live on your end.
Oh, yeah, sounds good. So yes, I agree with everything you're saying so far. I really like this analysis. I am very, very curious what you consider the proper canon sequence of events for Celeste in the World of Ruin.
Oh, easy. She doesn't save Sid.
Okay, I agree, and I have gotten flack for that. They're like, you're a heartless monster who just likes pain. It's like, no, it's good writing.
Her character is complete with her realizing that Locke is the reason. Oh, well, not even Locke. More so, Locke is the initial thread to it, but more so that the party is the reason she's alive.
Her friends might still be out there because she survived. So maybe they could too.
Yes, because the thread to it is specifically like without her dying, or without her attempting suicide is. It like cheapens any and all character arc that she could have, because otherwise she's just like, yeah, my grandpa lives, even though Sid like does nothing.
Yeah, for the rest of the freaking story.
Yeah. No, it's
weak.
Yeah, she attempts suicide in her life, and that scene. It also doesn't help that I love Celis's theme, and of how like it's so depressing, especially on how much they did on but yeah, on SNES hardware for it. It also helps that Nobuo Uematsu, despite the travesty that is the original Final Fantasy II soundtrack, managed to paint the Sistine Chapel basically with fucking crayons.
Oh, right. Well, like, I really had to go back and reflect on the soundtrack for FF6 because, like, my first time playing the Opera House scene as a kid, I could not. I've got memory problems, so I couldn't get that script memory. I had to like write it all down. But then, like, going back and re-experiencing, it's like this is like one of my favorite scenes in all of gaming. Everything works.
I also really like her. Have you heard the Pixel remaster version of that?
I cried. The fact that they had it in like the Octopath style 3D, I was like, this is all I wanted. So
the
gorgeous.
HD version for it, and also it helps the fact that so the problem, the people were complaining about how it wasn't an original, like it was an actual opera singer, and I'm like, yeah, Celis isn't an opera singer. She just has a pretty voice. She looks like Maria, but she's not a.
Yeah, they make a big deal about that. Like, she can't, like, she's not a singer. Like, you can't just get up one day and be like, I'm gonna go sing opera. Like, that takes training and practice.
That takes time and effort, and that's also just like, yeah. No, but it's done super well. What else is there? Will this be our platform where we have the debate of
I 100% suspect that we're going to debate Octopath at some point. I think I mentioned that to Berserker last night. I'm like, I'm fully expecting to, because I think we talked a lot about Fire Emblem and Anderon last night, but I'm like, I'm fully expecting to finally get to debate Octopath with Artie at some point on tomorrow's stream. Like, it's been a long time coming.
I'm game as long as we just accept the fact that it's a mutual respect thing.
Oh, 100%. We've already had that discussion. Like, that's not a problem.
Yes.
Like, you know my stance on it and all my positives. So
I'm not debating a Donkey fan on it. So in which case this will already be, you know, more than the usual bullshit.
Exactly.
Because it's so fucking annoying to debate them, just because I'm just like, I can look at the video and point out the exact things where he lies.
Then you can also point out exactly when you know the person you're debating is just parroting something that they heard and not something that they have formed an opinion on themselves, because they have no backing for it.
No. Yeah, it's not even no backing for it. It's more so a matter of the backing that they have. Well, first off, the problem with it is when it's parroting something, you can at least make the argument that maybe they have the right idea, but the problem with it is that even people in his own fucking comments are just like, yeah, this footage just straight up lies about like basically everything about the game. But yeah, no, it's I adore both of the Octopath games, and I'm interested in Octopath 0 specifically if it runs well on Switch 1. If it does, I'm getting the Switch 1 version. If not, I'm skipping out on it. Because
I'm personally just gonna wait and see if like a lot of these like Switch 2 only games or whatever actually make it to Steam.
That's the main thing with it is I want a physical release on Switch 2, but like if we're not gonna get it, I'm gonna get the Switch 1 version. There's no upgrade path for it, but if it runs well enough on Switch 1, I don't care.
Oh yeah, you actually have a Switch 2 for other games, right? Like I think you were doing Donkey Kong and stuff that was on the Switch 2.
So there's 3 games I wanted the Switch 2 for in the first year alone, which was Mario Kart World. I still enjoy that game. I think it's good. It's the biggest problem with it is just Nintendo has their fucking pride about how you should play their games. That's like the biggest problem with Mario Kart World, is because they're like, you're going to enjoy these intermission tracks, and I'm like, I like these, they're not bad, but I want my 3 laps back. I like both. Donkey Kong Bonanza, which is such a fucking good game. It's a really, really solid 3D platformer. It's super fun. This is also coming from a person who loves Odyssey, and then Air Ride. So that's just because I still play Kirby Air Ride to this day.
I've always heard Kirby's Air Ride was one of those like hidden gems on the GameCube. Like it came out
so
and like nobody played it, but the people who did were like, how could you not? And it's like, well, because it wasn't fucking available. Like nobody had that game.
Yeah. Right. So like that's my brother and I's favorite race. Like my brother's favorite racing game is Kirby Air Ride, and so like I need to talk about it's more so just like I still play Air Ride with a couple other folks in my circle of friends. Did you open a second shop or did you open a second?
I opened the back room, so I've been waiting to get the storage room, and like I noticed, like most of the last stream, I was making enough money to do it because it's like 5,000, but I was so preoccupied trying to keep conversations going that I wasn't thinking about it. So I'm like, it's going to be the first thing I do. I'm going to talk about it really quickly, like here's the background, and then I could just spend the rest of the stream filling it with shit while we talk. So there, back room has been obtained. I'm stuck on a garbage can. That's like, all right. I'm stuck on a garbage can. That's one hell of a thing to say. Get out of my store. I have to go bed.
Get out
all
of my
right.
house.
What were we talking about?
Get out of my house. Okay, so right, okay. So, as a Nintendo fan myself, yes, Switch 2 stuff, yes. Air Riders, Poyo. The direct was just like, oh, beautiful. Sakurai gets to do his thing again, and I'm so happy for it. I'm so happy he's out of the Smash mines.
I mean, until they make a Smash that's exclusively for the Switch fucking 2.
Sure, but at the same time, let the man have a little bit of rest, all right?
Well, he just seems like so beaten down by everything. Like, put Gino in Smash, put this in Smash. You ruined my life because this character's not in Smash. It's like, man's gotta breathe. Guys. One day he'll breathe.
It's like he gets to do. He gets to do Air Riders for. Nintendo fucking begged him to do so, which is really funny to me. But hey, at least they understand. All right, Sakurai's got to be the one to behind the shit. But yeah, no. So the 45-minute direct presentation, I'm like, oh, beautiful. It's so good.
I didn't actually. I don't think I've even watched a direct in a while. Usually, I just wait until someone's like, "You should see this," and then I go and look at it. Boy, get there and get to work.
It's the first look we had at the game, and it looks very, very good. And as a person who very much enjoyed the original Air Ride, I'm like, oh, beautiful. It's wonderful. To the point of my friend who was just like very hesitant on everything. It's like, God, he's like, this looks amazing. God, I wish I had a Switch too. Like, I don't blame you. Getting a console for one game is really stupid. Don't.
So my policy on back in the day used to be I will only get my next Nintendo console for Smash. Like, that's all I want. I didn't care about that. And there's other games I'd get, but if I was buying a console for one game and one game only, it was Smash.
Yeah. But that's fair. But at the same time, for me, I usually wait until I get a handful of games at least that I would like, so that I don't feel like I'm just doing this for one thing. Which is why I was like okay with picking up a Switch 2 when I did, because I was like, all right, cool, I'm getting at least 2 games that I would want, and there's 3 games, and for the most part, like, Nintendo has Nintendo's still the only one of the big 3 that really believes in exclusives that aren't coming to PC. So I'm like, yeah, that's just gonna be my primary gaming experience, and I've been enjoying my Switch 2, but man, there's points of where I'm just like, I love the developer side of things, and also the way they treat the developers is pretty good, but God, I fucking hate the legal side of shit.
Oh yeah, I agree. It's a headache and a half.
Yeah, it's a fucking headache and a half. The legal side of shit is so stupid.
It's do you remember when I got a comparison I can make to this? Do you remember before we knew that like Spider-Man was going to be in Captain America: Civil War, and there was like the big battle of like he's property of Sony, he's property of this, he's property of that. I was like just living for how stupid some of those memes were getting.
Oh boy.
Like there was like a picture of like a divorced couple and Spider-Man in the background. It was like Spider-Man like divorced from home. Yeah. Like that's kind of how it felt like with like we're putting legal issues and like getting actual law firms involved in like these silly little minor things, and it's so funny to me.
Yeah, it's really funny, but then I'm just like, but yeah, besides that, beyond that, I like this company, and I feel like I'm just in Stockholm syndrome constantly in terms of just like they're forcing me to like this, and I'm like, no, I hate this shit too. It's just they make good games too, so in which case I can't. It's why I like so vehemently defend against the accusation of Nintendo as the modern Disney. I compare them more so, if anything, to Apple compared to Disney.
Oh yeah,
because the problem I have with it is more so Apple still makes not bad products. It's just they are very, very protective of how they do shit on their own. They have a very, very strong right to repair. Like, they are very, very against it. But the other thing with it that I think is a little bit more unfair is the fact that if they do something, they get way more flack for it compared to other companies. They do the same shit.
Well, it's because they're more in they're much more in the spotlight for that, so I do understand like why I don't agree with why the target's there, but I understand why the target is there, and it's
because like
mostly
the main point as of late that happened was everyone bitched about the Switch 2 pricing, which like for the console itself, I think for considering the power you get for it, it is acceptable. It's not amazing, obviously. I would rather it also cost like less than $450, but I can at least accept that. Pricing on games 70 I've accepted as the modern standard, which is a shame. 80, yeah, no, that's still stupid. But I got Mario Kart for 50, so it doesn't really matter.
How the hell did you pull that off?
The digital bundle.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, they had
the
that
digital bundle. Either way, even then I would have been able to acquire the physical copy for like 70 or 65 even, just because I had a discount at a retro store that I go to.
There's also like people who just get it first day and then decide they don't want it anyway. Like.
So there's also those kinds of people. But I didn't get it day one. I was searching for it a while back, but then I remembered, oh yeah, I signed up for it through Nintendo's website, so I got it shipped from there. But I didn't pick up any of the accessories because like the camera's a USB camera. If I really wanted to use camera shit, I could just find my own USB camera. The Pro Controller, I don't need one. My regular Switch 1 Pro Controller that I've had for like at least a couple of years, and I've already repaired a handful of times myself, is fine.
Yeah.
The only thing I might get is the new Joy-Cons if I need to, but they've been fine for now.
Have they confirmed if the Switch 2 Joy-Cons like are going to have the drifting issue, or have they finally figured that out?
So they haven't, in terms of it still has drift. I haven't gotten hit with mine, and I also haven't gotten hit my Switch 1 controllers. Okay, my original Switch 1 controllers, because I got that shit day one. My original Switch 1 controllers did get drift. My later revision ones didn't. So I haven't been hit with these yet, but it's only been like 2 months, 2.5 months, somewhere around there. So the verdict's still out on that one, on that aspect. But yeah, what are you trying to do here?
Oh, I'm making bulk out of all like the junk cards that I've been picking up. My brain was, I think I was just misunderstanding this particular column. I thought it was saying like, you're setting the price below max, and then I was trying to go above 5. Like I was gonna make it like if the card is $9 or less, throw it in the fucking bulk. But I think 5 is the max I could do that for. So
yeah.
So I just got I confused myself. That's all it is.
You're all good. You're all good.
So let's dive into this a little bit. What would be the console that you think you've gotten the most joy out of that you bought in your entire life?
Okay, so I am biased because my favorite console is the GameCube.
That's not a bad pick.
Yeah. I think, in my opinion, the best generation of consoles in general was the 6th generation. So the GameCube, the PS2, and the original Xbox.
Okay.
In terms of the most amount of joy, I have a lot of nostalgia for the GameCube. Most of Nintendo's handhelds as well. So like the GBA, it was one of my first. The DS is a really good one, and the 3DS has a lot of good games. But if I had to pick, I'd say the Wii, but that's primarily not because, first off, it has GameCube backwards compatibility, so I could just lump in the GameCube onto that. But the other reason is because there is a lot of really stupid memories I have with playing party games with my family, specifically Wii Party. Okay. There is one mini game inside of Wii Party of where it's just a rope swinging, vine swinging game, and my mom every single time would either launch herself maximum distance backwards or would get 2 feet.
There was no in between. It was one or the other.
There was no in between. It was one of those two.
That's hilarious.
And we played a lot of Wii Party as a result. I've gotten enjoyment out of the Switch because of the amount of like stuff that I got on there that just felt right in a way. Like all of my Ace Attorney games are on Switch. All the collections I have are on Switch because I'm like, this feels right on a handheld console, and it started as for me it started as a DS game because I emulated them initially.
Okay.
The GBA I have a lot of fond memories for just because of the nostalgia. But if I had to pick one, I'd say probably the Wii.
Okay. So I was actually pretty close to what you were saying before about how like one of the best console generations was that one specifically, because I've always been of the mindset that the two best consoles in my brain are tied, and one of them is the Super Nintendo and one of them is the PS2, just for sheer volume of good games to bad ratio. Not even counting like backwards compatibility for that. So you tying it into GameCube, absolutely, because the GameCube had phenomenal games, and it also had like a really good ratio of really good games to bad. So I very much like that idea. I can't do this.
The thing with it that I would slightly push back on that.
Okay,
in terms of the thing with it is more so the SNES had a lot of very good heavy hitters. But like there was still a lot of dog shit on the console.
You didn't like Booger Man? That's a real game.
Especially with, yes. I'm also gonna say this. How many of that console generation, so of the SNES and Genesis, how many mascot platformers do you actually remember?
Ones that actually stayed around, or just
in
like
general?
Well,
because that was like the hip new thing, is to have RPGs and mascot platformers.
SNES
so
tried a lot to bring out a lot, like Bubsy, Earthworm Jim. I think this was more of a Sega thing, but I remember Sparkster, which is Rocket Knight Adventures.
Sparkster's the Knight. Yep, that came back for the Xbox Live Arcade, but that was Genesis.
Yeah. So like, see, I didn't know that when I was growing up because I was more of a Nintendo kid, and then I found out later on, I'm like, oh, that game was like. That wasn't a Super Nintendo game.
Yeah, but like for the longest time, like let's be like, yes, we've had our Marios and Sonics and whatnot, but there was a lot of mascot platform that just got one game to cash in on that trend. It was the same thing with RPGs. Sakurai on his channel basically talked about how many SNES RPGs there were, not because it was like people making like, oh yes, that would be the best idea. No, it's because it was the hip thing to do. And there's like a lot of SNES RPGs that are just not good. There was like, obviously there's a lot of fantastic ones. So like I love Chrono Trigger. I love the Final Fantasy games on SNES. 4, 5, and 6 are some of the best in the franchise, in my opinion. I also really enjoy the Breath of Fire series. I've been recently playing through Breath of Fire 1.
Oh hell yeah.
I'm near the beginning. I just got Nina and her entire thing.
So you did the tower then?
Yes, I think so. Okay. I didn't just get Nina. No, it's more so I just swapped her perspective of Nina.
Oh, okay. So you're about to go and do the tower then. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm about to do the tower. I'll be honest, I'm very faint on the story because I looked back on when I had my save states. I started this in 2019.
Yeah,
so
that'll do it.
I very vaguely remember.
That'll do it.
I vaguely remember, but I do remember something about like a disaster that sparked this entire thing in terms of like the corruption, like the end times or whatever else.
Yeah, Breath of Fire 1's a little bit weird like that, where its story is kind of almost in the background for a lot of it, and like they didn't really start kind of trying to push the plot line more until 2. Although I have a very big soft spot for 2, so I might be a bit biased on that one.
I'll get to Breath of Fire 2 when I get to Breath of Fire 2. My backlog is insane right now, so in which case I'm just doing what I can.
Oh, absolutely.
But so like that's the other thing. Also, for the PS2 was even more apparent. We didn't get as much of it because we weren't in a funny place called Europe. But in Europe, they had a very, very low tolerance, very, very low standard of what counts as a PS2 game. So all of Data Design's games. Do you know what Data Design is?
Off the top of my head, no, I'm just laughing because you're mentioning Europe and PS2, and all I'm thinking is, yeah, we didn't get the masterpiece known as Michigan Report from Hell.
Yeah, we didn't get that. No, so I'm gonna start rambling off some game names and see if they ring a bell.
Cool.
Ninja Breadman, Anubis the Second.
I know Ninja Bread
Trixie
Man.
and Toilet.
I know those because of the grumps. That's specific, but I am familiar with those because those are
that's data design.
Oh, so they were like
shovelware garbage.
I was just gonna say shovelware. I was going to say shovelware. Good call.
Yes, they were shovelware. The PS2 was infamous for its shovelware.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong, and I think my ratio argument kind of falls apart when you start considering just certain companies that it was like LJN for the NES. Like, how many of these games can be thrown in?
There was a couple of good ones, like Spider-Man and Venom. That's a pretty okay one. It was hard as shit, but like Spider-Man and the X-Men is bad. It's stupid hard.
Arcade's Revenge? Yeah, that game was fucking dog shit. I love Maximum Carnage though. I played that on stream not too long ago.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Maximum Carnage is fun hard.
Yes.
It's stupid hard, but so like there is a lot of bullshit. It's just the problem with it is you view a lot of the stuff in that era of like you view it. There's also a lot less to go off of. So the perfect example I can give is this: try and go back and see what part of the N64 library actually holds up. Like there's a couple of games that hold up.
There is, but the answer is very little.
Yeah, but it's like Mario 64 I think still holds up. I can still play it pretty easily.
Paper Mario's still pretty solid.
Pretty good. Ocarina of Time, it's not my favorite. I still am biased towards Majora's Mask, but like both these Zelda games are pretty good. Mischief Makers is pretty dang solid. What else? Kirby 64, that's pretty neat. Banjo-Kazooie, that's a pretty good one.
Oh, that's great.
I guess Jet Force Gemini.
People talk fondly about it. I don't get as much of the appeal of that one, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, if you like this game, you're stupid. So
I'll be honest, I'm a lot more harsh with it, but that's me with Secret of Mana.
Oh yeah, and I remember us talking about Secret of Mana, and it's like how much people just jerk that game off.
It's lumped in with Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy VI. I'm like, how?
It's not even close. And like, I'm not trying to say it's bad, but like, I would put that below things like fucking. I'm trying to think pretty farther than that. I'm talking about like Donkey Kong Country 1, which in my opinion is the weakest of the three on the SNES.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. So I recently replayed them again. All three of them kind of hover around the same ranking for me.
Like for me, it's the side content, and DKC1 has like basically none of it.
No, it doesn't have any of it. The thing with it is like DKC2 for me is a lot lower than I thought it was because that game frustrated me a lot more than I thought it would. And then DKC3 was significantly better than I thought it was.
DKC3 I think just does a little bit too much of the side content, but like, what am I gonna do? Sit here and say I don't like DKC1 because it doesn't have enough, and then just immediately shit on DKC3 because it's doing what I wanted it to do?
Yeah. The ever traditional thing of being a hypocrite when it comes to, well, I like this thing but not this thing.
Yeah, and just unfortunately a lot of people will unironically do that and not even realize that they're doing that, and then you're just sitting here and like, bro, you're making my argument for me, and they're like, no, you're stupid, shut up. Which by the way, when any variation of shut up or fuck you enters into a discussion, it stops being a discussion because you have run out of things to say.
Just a heated pile of shit, I'll be honest.
It's exactly that, yes.
I'm gonna be honest, it depends on the tone of fuck you. It depends on the tone of fuck you.
I'll give you that. Like if I'm debating someone and they make a really good point, I'm like, oh fuck you. But like, well played. Yeah. Like you win. And I can concede that.
I tip my hat to you, sir.
I tip Artie's hat to you because I don't have one.
So actually, fun fact about that hat. That hat I actually got at a Ren Fair.
Oh, nice.
I got at a Ren Fair, and when I was getting all of the art done for my characters, I deliberately sent a photo of that hat. I'm like, I need him to have this hat because I bought it instinctively. I'm like, yeah, my bard would wear that.
I love that because it's a little fun fact that not a lot of people are gonna know, but it's like this little thing. Like whenever you look at it, you're not only gonna remember like, hey, this has a cool story, but you're also gonna be filled with memories of like going to that Ren Fair. And that's beautiful. I love that.
Of that friend group that deliberately did not like how I played D&D.
I cannot remember if you told me why that was.
So, okay, basically to bring it down, there's two forms of players when it comes to D&D. There's Gygaxian players and more narrative players.
Okay. And yes, I know what you mean by Gygaxian.
Okay. I play in a very Gygaxian way. I let my characters kind of develop through the campaign. I write like a half-page backstory about them, but for the most part, it is just... it happens during the story, and a lot of my characters kind of end up in terms of like, yeah, we're wandering around, you know, we're living life. My bard is searching for a muse for the next opera. My thief ran out of his home city just because he got in trouble with the ladies a little bit too much. My
that is a bard quirk, sir.
What's up?
So that is a bard quirk, sir. Getting in trouble with the ladies.
I said that my bard was married, and one of my friends who was playing, he's like, a bard who's not gonna try and fuck everything? Oh my god! I'm like, I know, it's crazy.
Yeah, it really is. It's actually borderline a really annoying character trait to me because it's so overdone, and whenever you have a new player, that is the first thing they want to do. Is play that character.
That goes into my thief, but my thief has a really funny quirk, which is any goods that he steals, he tries to woo over the ladies with it, so he will end up at basically net zero by the end of the night.
Oh god.
It's more humorous than it is anything else.
Go stalking.
Although I did end up by the end of a campaign winning over the goddess of luck, and I managed to run casinos out of business as a result.
Wait, how did you bang the goddess of luck?
She gave me one of her gifts, and I was the first person to discover all of the secrets of it.
Like, did you have to like do rolls for that, or?
So basically, literally, it was a dice set. My thief, the way he earns money throughout towns is by gambling. He is not really a notorious gambler, but he does carry with him a deck of cards and a dice set. And as such, my thiefy man good at sleight of hand. So at points he will, cheat a little bit, but for the most part he's just more or less okay at bluffing. So therefore he's like a less clean version of I can't even make that comparison. Never mind then. But yeah, but he's basically he bluffs his way to like victory when it comes to that kind of stuff. But he can do sleight of hand every once in a while. But so in the one campaign I played as him, a random woman came up. Her name was Eve, and she goes and so I played a couple rounds with her, and she manages to go even, and she's like, "You're pretty good," and hands me a mysterious dice set and leaves. And so I am like, all right, might as well guess it. And so I roll it, and my campaign, there was 36 different options for it. I think it was 66, I'm forgetting, but it was a dice set basically. Oh. And so I roll it, and like all of a sudden, boom, on the box, on the table, a box shows up with unmarked golden ingots. And I'm like, huh, okay. And so during downtime of where everyone else is not doing anything, I will just be like, DM, this will take me a little bit. And so I start rolling. So I have to keep track. There's a little bit, I used one note for it, and so I kept track of everything. And so I was like, I found everything that I needed to.
Excellent.
And the secret with it came out the fact that she was actually the goddess of luck, masquerading as a random passerby. And so that was what my DM had a thing for. It was just like, all right, he comes from basically Las Vegas. We're gonna make him so that he can, win at any casino.
Trying to think of like what the D&D or like Pathfinder equivalent of fucking Vegas would be, but all I'm thinking of is just whatever the name would be. It's gonna feel like you need to take a shower when you go there because it's going to be gross.
Oh yeah, no, it's very much the problem with it is the fact that it's it's the city of sin, but the sin is the fact that there is no one wearing deodorant.
Oh, well, in that case, then that actually does tie into something in this game. Because people can smell really bad.
People can smell really bad, and I see that you have an air freshener coming in.
I do, it's right over there.
Yeah, because you used to spray people like you were in the perfume aisle at every single...
It's more like I was just chasing them with fucking mace. It's like, get out, get out, get out, go shower! So I've been told by one of my mods that apparently in card game tournaments now, if you smell bad and they call the judges on it, you get a game loss now, which I love. I love that idea.
Yes, I've heard that as well.
I do a lot of conventions, and like all the jokes of like, oh, people at conventions don't shower, like that's true. It's really true.
It's true. It's
And
true.
I hate it.
I go to MacFest pretty frequently, and yeah, sometimes it just you run into one of those days of where you're just like, this sucks ass, and so I shower basically every single morning. As a result, that's the only time of where I shower in the mornings.
Oh yeah, because there's a lot of times where it's just more proactive to do it at like the end of the night. Because like, yeah, I'm not gonna feel disgusting going to bed. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a night shower in general, but like that's the only time of where I will shower at night, and then the morning of the first day I will shower in the morning.
Well, and as a con goer, thank you.
While I might not exactly be in the best of shape, I at least have decency.
Exactly. You have the social stigma awareness of, I don't want to be that guy that someone walks by and goes, ooh.
Yeah, look, I'm a Nintendo fan. We already get that kind of shit, so in which case I'd rather not perpetuate that shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely, especially if you're like a fucking Smash player.
Oh, I used to be one, and so therefore I'm just like, yeah, I'm showering.
Yep. They get the worst rep. Am I out of blue dice? I'm out of blue dice.
Yeah, it doesn't help that people like Max Dude are like, yeah, nope, that shit's true. It's just true.
It is. It really is, and it's kind of like it's to a lesser extent, it's like the fedora argument. Like a lot of people are like, oh, you know, that's the neckbeard hat. You can't wear that, or you're one of them. And it's like, I hate that because like I personally think fedoras look cool, but like I can't wear one because then I'm one of those.
Otherwise, they're just like, well,
and then I'm fucked. And then I'm fucked no matter what I do. I was looking at something. Oh right,
you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Pretty much.
If you make a good argument, then in which case people would just be like, thanks for the gold, kind stranger.
Yeah, like you're trying too hard to make this hat work. What are you trying to hide? It's like nothing. I just want to wear the fucking hat.
I just want to wear the fedora. This is why you stick a feather in there, because then it's not a fedora. It's more of a pimp hat at that point.
Well, I mean, I could just get the cane and just complete the ensemble then. What if I come over here for? Oh, right, stink spray.
So true.
One of these is stink spray, right? Yeah. If I can catch up to the money I spent on this fucking back room, I'm gonna hire a stock boy. Or I guess stock girl, since the mod changes them all to female.
Of course it does.
Well, I mean, it's a card store, and I've spent enough time in a card store to know that the ways to separate gooners from their money is boobs and women. And preferably, women with boobs.
That's about accurate.
Actually, that brings up
when it comes to cons, when it comes to that kind of shit, just because I feel bad for anyone who just genuinely likes a character with more skimpy clothing, and I'm just like, I feel like there's so many people that will go there and just over that shit, and I'm like, I don't feel good about this.
I mean, try being a person who likes a specific character, but then that character, I don't know, does or is something that like starts getting like crazy looted, and then you're like, well, fuck, now what do I do?
Yeah. Tifa Lockhart.
Oh god, yeah, you're fucked.
I'm just reminded of the Alpha Rat video. Everything I like gets cursed.
It's true. It is true.
Because he's just like, well, Tifa was my favorite, and then it was first Gardevoir, and then Vaporeon became my favorite Pokemon.
Oof.
And then it was like, all right, it gets worse. What was your favorite Animal Crossing character? Anka.
Oh, is that the little Egyptian cat thing?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of fan art of that one.
What was your favorite Final Fantasy VII character? Tifa Lockhart. And then he was talking with his roommate, and it's Jane Animations, and so she goes, so who's your favorite storytime animator? And she is notorious for the amount of porn that she has, considering her, despite her being Ace Arrow. So that's not gonna happen. But yeah.
Oh, it's one of those scenes where you just have to like kind of give him the whole "life's gonna be rough, son" meme.
Yeah. What's hand on shoulder, Lawson Bud?
Who's gonna tell him?
Who's gonna tell him?
Oh yeah, that's really bad when like a game, like an obscure game, gets like a remake or something, and then oh well, congratulations, your character has been looted.
I'm gonna be honest, like it depends. I feel more icky about it when it comes to if a person gets looted, just because I'm like, that is an actual living, breathing person. If it's a character, I'm like, eh.
That is actually one of the main reasons why the waifu board on my Discord, join the Discord if you haven't yet, hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, has a very strict no cosplayers rule. for it because I don't feel comfortable like having people be like, ooh, that's like really hot, but it's like it's a person, like an actual living, breathing person.
Yep.
So I very much agree with that sentiment.
Yeah, it's weirder if it's a person. It's also I've seen this shit happen in real life in terms of shipping for that kind of shit for real people, and I'm like, please don't. That's even more gross in my opinion.
It's very
shipping
creepy.
Real people.
It's very
gross.
creepy.
Yeah.
It's about to close.
Get out of my store.
Wait and see if anyone buys anything last minute so I can make extra cash. I got bills coming up. 3 days. 3 days to pay my bills and my employee.
Will it be like Valhalla where you need to pay for your port subscription? Is that what happens?
I actually have no idea what happens if I don't pay my bills. I'm a little bit afraid to find out. Like, what I'm hoping is it's a fail state, because most sim games don't have a way for you to lose or like get a game over or anything. So I'm kind of hoping that like it's kind of in a pseudo endless mode where if you don't pay your bills by the time they're due, you just lose and you have to start over.
I would not be surprised.
Be interesting. I don't think it's going to be the case. It feels like that'd be something they would probably have to tell me, but dare to dream.
I think
do me a favor,
this is
pick
also
me a
just
number.
running a card shop.
Yeah, that's true. Pick me a number between 1 and 30.
Let's go for 25.
25. Let's see if we've done 25 yet. We do not have 25 yet.
Oh my god, I'm gonna pick the skimpiest one. I picked the skimpiest one somehow, damn.
Well done. It's like he knew, chat.
I did not.
Well, like it's funny because I'm gonna have to start increasing the range of those numbers because like people yesterday were also guessing between like 1 and 30, and like at some point, get back in here, mind the counter, go to it. No, go to the counter. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I want to make sure I get at least one of every poster before that, and they go up in price after a while. So I think like the most expensive ones are like $1,000, and I'm like, for a poster. I got fucking wall scrolls and I've got fucking frame shit on my wall that didn't cost me close to that much.
Let me see. Yeah, no, I don't think I haven't gotten that high up. I've paid 1,000 for commissions, but that's a different story.
Ooh, that must have been a really good commission, though.
I mean, I can show you. I'll DM it to you.
Ooh.
This was for the iron thing that I was talking to you about. There you are. It was for this.
That's red. Where did I pick this? Oh, there it is. Let me take a quick look and see here. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember this. You showing me this one because it's like I can understand why it costs so much because it's so many characters. But yeah, I remember talking about that because I believe I was doing Hollow Knight at that time, and I was like, why the fuck is Zote there twice?
Yes. That's because one of my friends had represented a Zote twice.
Oh, like
because he was doing 2 games.
It's just like of all the characters you had to associate with, why the did you pick Zote?
Just because he's funny.
He is. I can't fault him for that. But when I was playing through that, I was so glad I opted to leave him just so I could grab the achievement because I forgot that he has an infuriating boss fight later. And I don't have to do that if I let him die.
So true.
So, speaking of Zote in any capacity, what do you think of the fact that the world's going to end in like 4 days?
Alright, so here's the deal with it. There were games that I refused to play out of spite. There were 2 games in particular. One was Final Fantasy XIV, and the other one was Hollow Knight. This comes from a person who loves Metroidvanias. I have played
Right.
all the 2D Metroid games. I really enjoyed Aria of Sorrow and whatnot.
Oh, Aria is so
refused to play
good.
I refused to play Hollow Knight because everyone would not shut the fuck up about it, and so I already was just like, this looks all right. And I kept hearing about it over and over and over again to the point where I got sick of it.
Oh, you got killed by hype. Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah. It's the same reason as to why, for me, I have this is also a different thing in terms of I just don't like Undertale. I have no interest in playing Delta whatsoever.
Yeah, no, that's again completely honestly, it ties back to something I've said for years, which is the biggest detriment to fandom sometimes can be the fans.
Yes.
Not even like gatekeeping fans who are like, you're just not good enough for this. It could be people just who are too overeager and they hype something up to the point where you're like, literally nothing could be as good as what you're saying it is, because that would not exist.
I'm so wary of Silksong just because of that kind of shit. There was a video, I was hanging out in a different server, and we were looking at, because one of my friends was asking how do you avoid spoilers, because I've actually been pretty good at avoiding spoilers. I'm like, I just dodge YouTube, period, at this point.
Yeah.
Like, I just dodge YouTube, all of YouTube. And what I was talking about was basically, because basically they got recommended so many Hollow Knight videos, and one of them was, Hollow Knight is the only game I can trust. And I'm like, see, it's shit like that makes me so wary of what Silksong is going to be. And then we looked at the video, and the one comment summed it up fully, which is, League of Legends, basically he was a League player, and so he stopped playing hard games because to him it felt like a toxic mindset. And so basically it was, let me see if I can find the full comment because it was really, really funny to me.
Okay. Also, yeah, as a former League player, I can understand that mentality very easily.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, I found it. League of Legends traumatizing you to the point of where being unable to see difficult games as anything other than toxic is the most League of Legends thing I've ever heard. That is a
very good comment. That is an exceptionally good comment.
Yeah, that was the comment that I found, that he found, and I'm like, that makes so much more sense now.
Yep, it really, really does. So, like, my original plan when I went back to playing Hollow Knight was, like, I'll play this in preparation for Silksong. You know, so I can have it fresh in my mind. And then I just didn't, like, think about it that. I was like, I'm just going to play because I want to replay, because I just played Aria of Sorrow. I'm on a big Castlevania mindset. So, like, Metroidvanias are really big right now. I don't want to do Bloodstained again just yet because it's still pseudo-fresh in my mind. So I'll do Hollow Knight. And then I played it, and then, like, 2 weeks later, they just phantom dropped the fucking release date for Silksong. And now I'm kind of in this weird feeling where I'm like, Hollow Knight is recent enough that I should play that on release. But one, I don't play hype games on release because then I have to try and compete for numbers, and I don't like doing that. I want to get, like, if people are going to be here, I want them to be here because they like the environment, they like the energy, blah, 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 blah. Two, there's no way it's going to live up to the hype. Like, how long was Silksong in development for? Like, fucking 10 plus years?
5 years. So
5 years.
The thing with it is, okay, I'm going to push back on that slightly in terms of indie devs have always been like that, because Cuphead, which is another one that was hand-drawn animated, that was stuck in development for like 7 years. The problem I have with it, so my opinion has never been that indies are the future of gaming, just because of, I lived through, I saw the development cycle of a little game called Owlboy. Do you know what that game is?
Yeah, I remember Owlboy.
Owlboy took them, I think, 11 years to the point of where they had to foreclose their own house.
Yeah.
And they were crying on release because finally it was out. But it also felt like a mixture of finally it's out and finally it's over. Now, according to the developers of Team Cherry, Hollow Knight Silksong was nothing but a blast for them. However, I'm so hesitant on it just because of how fucking rabid the fans have been. I clown on these people, not in terms, I don't clown on the people that are genuinely waiting for Silksong and are just like, I'm excited for it when it comes out, but it'll come out when it comes out. when
Yeah,
it comes out.
which is
Also,
a
lot of
healthy
the new
way to
cards-
look at it.
Well, you've been getting a lot of new cards. Nice.
I think it's less new cards, it's more just like specific rarities I didn't have before, so I'm definitely down with that. But honestly, I'm more just like yesterday we pulled a God pack, which was like everything was a ghost rare, which
I was there for that.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot you showed up right around when that happened. You have really good timing. Clearly, you have really good timing.
Apparently. That or I'm just a fucking rabbit spot when it comes to that kind of shit. Yeah,
maybe you have your bard's luck. You have the devil's own luck.
Yeah, I have the inspiration dice. It's not a monkey spot though. I don't think I've traded anything for this kind of shit.
Yet.
No, I guess it would be luck with the ladies. I guess there we go.
There you go. Hey, go man the counter. I gotta buy some shit.
So it's not. But I clown on the people that are just like, guys, this is the one. This is the Nintendo Direct. This is the state of play or whatever else. They're gonna announce Silk Song.
The same people who every single director are like, this is it. We're getting the FE4 remake. It's gonna happen this time, guys. I know it's let me down every other time,
so
but
I'm part of the. So I have the. I don't even think it's a base take. No, I just have to take the fact that I think FE4 kind of sucks. So it'll be deeply hilarious when it happens, just because I'm like, well.
I think it needs a remake because of that, because it's so fucking unplayable. I've tried to play it like 3 times and I fall asleep every time.
It's so ambitious, but it just didn't need to be at all.
I just don't think the technology was there for it to be as ambitious as it was at the time.
No. Yeah, it's just I don't like the map design just because I don't like only using calves.
Map's too big. Mean horse go ver.
Yes, basically. Unless you have the Holy Blood, then good luck, bucko.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of games that give you a wide roster, but then very clearly make them like I like meme units. I should preface that by saying I like meme units. I like making units that shouldn't work.
Oh,
that
yeah, no,
said,
I love meme units.
When you stack the deck so hard against specific kinds of units, like I'll use Radiata Stories as an example because I fucking love that game. But like, there are a bunch of units you can get in that game that do not have a special attack, which is basically their limit break or their overdrive or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And that's called a multi-blast.
Which game, sorry? Which game again?
Radiata Stories for the PS2.
Okay.
Big roster. I think there's like 300 characters that you can get in that, because everybody you can talk to who has a name and a face, they are recruitable in some capacity. And obviously, there are going to be some...
Sweden has the 151 stars.
Yep, it's just like that.
Okay.
So it's possible to recruit like just about anybody, and obviously there's going to be better than worse units. But even among the ones that are like considered pretty good, only certain of them have a special attack. And if you don't have that, it's basically a nail in the coffin that you're never going to get used unless, you know, the fucking person's doing a challenge run or something. And it feels like it's just really unbalanced, and I don't like it. Like, I'm not saying everyone needs to be evened out. I'm saying if you're gonna take the time to give certain characters like a special ability, maybe make the other ones have one of those, even if it's a garbage one, even if it's a joke one. You should still do it because you're creating more reason for people to use these characters.
Yeah, that's fair.
Now, I don't remember how I got on that subject, but I'm there now, so...
What were we talking? Meme units was one of the main ones. Okay, I'm trying to remember. Silksong hype led into... I'm not trying to chain the lot. I'm trying to chain the thoughts together.
Right? And like, that's the thing, is sometimes I'll do that where I'll just go on a tangent and then have to stop and be like, how did I get here? Like when you walk into a room and you're like, what did I come in here for?
Where am I? Who are you?
Who am I?
Such lust for revenge. Ooh.
You know what? Forget that train of thought. It's dead to me now. I don't care about it anymore. Why don't you tell people about some projects you've got coming down the line here? Like after your massive Fire Emblem undertaking that you're working on.
That's 2 years, bud.
Right, I know.
I have no idea. I don't fucking know, dude.
Well then, okay, let me change the question then. How the hell do you avoid burnout when you only stream the same thing like every day, or when you play?
Answer. I basically split the marathon into 3 sections: Kaga era, Classic era, and Modern era.
Okay.
Between those, I will play different games.
Oh, okay. So then, what do you have planned for once? I'm assuming you've still got
the Kage
3
is done?
games. Yeah.
I'm doing all of the Kirby Dream Land games.
That is good. I watched someone do a 100% run of that in like a marathon, and I'm like, that looks exhausting.
I'm not 100%ing them. I'm just playing through them.
Yeah, you should have a much easier time because of that.
Yeah. The point of it is also the other thing with it is specifically my Sundays are always something different. So the Sunday shuffles that I have.
Oh, like that's when you played Hades, right?
That's when I played Hades. I played Dead Cells last week. I put a post for that kind of shit. So Hyrule Warriors is on there, which me trying to, because I'm a madman when it comes to this. To give you an idea, I did a 100% no crying run of Yoshi's Island.
So if you ever got hit, even if you got hit and saw that thing that's like, when Yoshi gets hit, this happens, the run was over.
No, it's more so if you hear audibly Baby Mario cry. So if you get hit and you can catch him immediately, you can keep going.
Oh, okay. So that actually adds like a skill factor to it. Like the run's not doomed immediately if I fuck this up. I like that.
Yeah, so specifically, it can only work in the original because New Island, Baby Mario cries immediately, so it becomes a no-hit run.
Okay.
Also, I'm not doing it in one sitting. My name is not Game Champ. I'm not doing this in one sitting. I'm allowed to save.
I've seen their videos for like the Mega Man no-hit runs, and all I could think of is I couldn't do it. I think this would make me hate this game.
You know, I'm gonna say this: blame Keiji Inafune because Mega Man 10 had that as an.
Yep, I remember that, and I remember seeing that, and I'm like, I hate this. I hate that they made this a thing.
Okay, which leads me into my next rant. Do you know what retro achievements are?
Yes, I do. I use it for most of my older consoles now because I like it, and it's a good kick in the ass to not just resort to save states when I get frustrated. Like I have to, like, because it won't let me. At least I don't know. Yeah. Maybe there's a way to do it, but I can't even use like fast forward or save states. So I'm like, okay, well,
fast forward is something you're allowed to do.
Oh, okay.
It might be something different at that point.
Maybe I have a setting that's wrong.
Forward, yeah. So fast forward you're allowed to do. You can't do save states. No, what I hate is I refuse to do it for one particular reason, is that they don't go off of what the problem with it is that a lot of achievements now are more or less based off of what PS4 achievements become.
Oh yeah, like one for beating every chapter, and then after that it's just like whatever.
No, it's not even that. Like my friend was doing it for Melee.
Okay.
And Melee has some funny ones in terms of like very specific event matches that are references. But then there's also one which is beat very hard classic mode with 1 life. Beat All-Star without using healing items.
Not saying it's not. Wait, with the All-Star one, are you allowed to do it on any difficulty, or does it have to be on like the highest?
It has to be. There's one of where it's on very hard as well.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the problem with it is that is much more so just really stupid bullshit that you have to basically jump through compared to anything else.
Trying to think of like there's just certain achievements that pop up, and retro achievements is really bad for some of these, not all of them. Some of them are fine. It's just achievements where it's like what you're asking is not like, ooh, a fun quirky challenge that someone might want to attempt. What you're asking is borderline impossible. And and if you want the platinum, fucking get good, scrub, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Yep, that's why I refuse to do it. I recently did it with that friend for Kirby Superstar Original on SNES because that one has co-op achievements.
Yeah.
And those were not bad. The only ones that were genuinely bad was we had to do every single copy ability with the arena. Funnily enough, the one that gave us the most trouble was Cutter.
Really? You'd think that would be like
Cutter
a decent.
Does no damage.
Wow. I guess I've never really used it. Like Cutter is like an ability I get to get other abilities and then not look back. So I guess that does make sense. But like, wow.
But like, I thought like Wheelie would give us more trouble. I thought Jet would give us more trouble. No, it's Cutter.
That's, oh god, I hate Jet. hate it
No,
so
Jet
much.
is, funnily enough, both of us were not bad with it, so we just kept doing the shockwave over and over again, and that does a lot of damage.
That's valid, and like, there's lots of, like, you can make most of them work in some capacity. I just don't like Jet personally. I don't like its air maneuverability.
Bad, and then we realized of how broken Wheelie Rider is.
Yes, Wheelie Rider is up there with, if you have player 2 using the copy guy, his actual ability is just so damaging for some reason.
Yep.
I don't know why. It's weird.
Yeah, yeah. So we used that. We did not understand. We didn't understand why. I thought Wheel would be the hardest, but no. Like Jet was really Jet. We did like our first try. Stone was pretty easy, but Stone has invulnerability.
Yeah.
But, like all of those were pretty easy. Just Cutter, they just gave us like a lot of trouble. And then the sub games, there was also like just do a round, and then there was for Samurai Kirby, it's tie. So get like the tie clash, and then the hardest one for us was doing the Megaton Punch for both of us to get perfects.
Okay, so that one I actually don't think I would hate as an achievement, because I think that would actually be a fun thing to try and like just practice
the
to get better
was
at.
genuinely, we looked at it and we were like, this is fine. Like this is fun, especially if you have a friend with it, especially because it's again supposed to be co-op.
Yeah.
So it's a fun achievement set. So like those I don't mind doing, but I also did that because my friend was trying to do it, and he's very big into retro. So therefore, that's what his main thing has been.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So for me, I'm like, all right, well, you know, sure, I'll help out because I know Kirby Superstar pretty well.
See, I'm jealous of that because like Kirby Superstar is always one of those games that it's fun to play alone, but it is so much more fun to play with a second person, and I never have that. It's like, for me, it's like Zombies Ate My Neighbors, a game that I would love to play with other people, but nobody I know is even people who would be like, okay, I'd be down to play that. They're not good enough at it for me to do anything with them. Like, as shitty as that sounds to say, like, Zombies Ate My Neighbors is not a newbie-friendly game, and
no, it's not an easy game. It's
and like,
fun.
and I don't want to.
The problem with it is the fact that it doesn't save weapons upon saves.
Oh god, it's so. The password system is a fucking joke, and I think that's a game where you can justify save states, but only if you use them as actual like save points.
Yeah, that's the way that I played through it. Is that every single 4 levels when you would get a password, I just got the same there.
Yes, and I think that is a perfectly valid, totally understandable way to play the game. And if someone disagrees with that, they can eat my shots. So.
But I'm also like, I'm one of those fuckers who's like, if you want to play the game with save states, go fucking ahead. I don't care.
Expensive. Why the fuck is the second manga license cost $1,500? Who the fuck is gonna pay for that? Not me.
Goes ahead and pays for it.
Not me. Subtly clicks button. I actually don't have that much yet, so.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Because I'm seeing you have 1,300. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we got some Kaivas we can put out.
Yes.
Oh, I can't believe I actually waited this long to ask this question. So, were you at all either card player or Yu-Gi-Oh guy growing up?
Nope.
Okay, so this is exactly like what happened with Berserker last night, where he's like, neither! And I'm like, okay, we're gonna have to find other shit to talk about.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I never could get into TCGs at all.
Okay.
Like, I tried Magic, I tried Yu-Gi-Oh, I tried Pokemon, and I just don't like. So this also comes to this point. I had a friend. This is one of the few times where I've rejected a gift. I rejected a couple of gifts. One was LA Noire, just because that game did not interest me. But one of them was my friend gifted me 2 games, Hollow Knight and Inscription. And Hollow Knight, I was like, I'll swallow my pride, you know. I'll eventually play the game. I'll get that stick out of my ass. Yep. But Inscription, I rejected because I don't like deck builders.
That is valid. There is way too many of them.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's like I could never get into those games. It's the same reason with I will never be able to get into Battle Network.
Oh yeah, because I guess the chip system is basically a deck build. I never considered it like that, but that is literally what that is.
It's basically for me a deck builder.
Thank God I don't hate deck builders, or you would have just ruined that. Like, I legitimately would have been like, oh my God, you bastard. Like, because I never thought of it like that. I would just look at it and be like, yeah, it's an RPG. But like, no, it's 100% a fucking deck. Thank God I don't hate those games.
Yeah. So then I would be like, so then you're talking with a couple of friends, like, I used to like Battle Network, and then this random asshole just like talked about it and mentioned it was a deck build, and I can't see the game any other way.
Oh, that's like the guy who ruined the logo for Resident Evil 6 for me. If you look at the logo for it, it looks like a guy blowing a giraffe.
Let me pull it up real quick.
You're like, and every time I tell that story, someone's like, I gotta see it now. I gotta know.
Hold on, it looks like a guy blowing a giraffe. Hold on, I have to see this.
In the 6, the number 6.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, I can see it. I can see it.
Someone pointed that out to me when I was working at a GameStop, and I'm like, you motherfucker.
It does look like it, but I'll be able to see 6 and like the fact that it's like a fucking.
Well, the good thing is Resident Evil 6 isn't a very good game anyway, so it's not like it comes up very much.
I'm not super mad about it.
But it's just one of those things. Like, oh my God, like it's like the best example of like one of those like audible glass shattering sound effects in your brain where you're like,
yeah.
Like a great truth has been revealed that you will never be able to unlearn.
Fantastic. Fun fact: other than the DM manga, the manga was never in line with the anime. The Duel Masters, okay.
Okay.
I was like, what is DM? And I was like, oh, it's Duel Masters.
My brain was like Dark Magician.
I was thinking it was either that or like Dungeon Master. I was like, when did D&D come into play?
Actually, wait, did D&D ever? D&D had to have like a fucking manga at some point. Because like they had a cartoon.
It definitely had comics. It definitely had comics.
Yeah, I was like, they had to have something like that. Because like I remember that old fucking. Do you remember the old cartoon Dungeons and Dragons show where like one of the classes was
one
fucking
was acrobat?
Acrobat, yes. I'm like, oh,
bard, acrobat.
It's like, what? I feel like I would feel like the Black Ranger in the Power Rangers movie where it's like you're the frog. Like, aw. I mean, personally, I'd be fine with that. I love frogs, but like for him, I totally get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna need to hire a stalker. Like once I get out of the hole.
Once I get out of the hole.
Water go down the hole.
Water go down the hole.
All right. Where are we at right now? All those are spilled. Those are filled. I need more starter decks. Do I have more starter decks?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Any more starter guides? All right. So are we gonna get to the elephant in the room in terms?
Oh, are we gonna finally start arguing about Octopath? Fuck it, let's go.
All right, let's go. Okay. So
LFG.
give me a character and I'll defend those, and I'll defend that, and I'll defend it.
I'm gonna go with the one that I always have a problem with first and foremost, and that would be Therion. I hate his fucking opening, and I think it makes no goddamn sense.
Okay, so you said you played through chapter 1 of it, right?
I did chapter 1 of every single character just so I could give them all a fair shake, and there was like I think 3 that I didn't walk away hating.
Okay. All right, so Therion. Therion's entire thing is about just him being a fucking loner boy. The thing that what I like about it is, so the problem with it is a lot of characters don't really get their main beat going until like chapter 2, which is, the main one I can point to is Ulbrich. Ulbrich especially gets his beat going in chapter 2, because the momentum the messaging of it changes. Therion's I don't hate for one very specific reason, and that's the thing with the mark of the brand is specifically, it's revealed later that Heathcote, because he was just like, just go with me on this, he actually unlocks it for you almost as soon as you say yes to helping out to try and get rid of the Thief's Mark. The reason for it is because basically he was just like, yeah, no, I could sense the fact that you've still trusted people, but the main kind of defense for it was in terms of I work alone is because he was betrayed beforehand by which you learn is the final boss in his story.
Okay. Yeah, because there's a different final boss per character, is there not?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Every single character has a final boss. So I'm gonna start with this. Yes, I do think it's bullshit that a lot of the characters don't have intertwining stories. I also agree with that, and that was the biggest complaint of Octopath 1. Octopath 2 somewhat remedies it, but yeah. Anyways, Therion's main thing is again about revenge, and more so just living through. The mark of the brand is really only known by other thieves. That's the main thing with it, is it's really only known by other thieves.
Okay.
Like other people are just like, oh, it's a fucking bracelet he's got on, or like whatever else. Cool. But it's mainly only known by other thieves. And only other thieves comment on his mark that he has. It's revealed also that Heathcote was actually like formerly a thief, which is why he knows how exactly shit works out and whatnot. The entire point of the story is literally about rebuilding trust. And,
Okay.
He rebuilds such trust in a... He's still a tsundere about it, basically. But the entire thing with it is, by the end of the story, he does say thank you to Cordelia.
And that's it. I'm just trying to remember now. That's the person who like gets him cursed in the, or like branded or whatever you want to call it in the first place, right?
No, that's Heathcote. Heathcote is the one who actually gets him branded. Cordelia is the princess that wants the gemstones back.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
I'm trying to like remember because it's been a hot minute.
Yeah. I understand. But so yeah, Therians, it's not my favorite story. It's like near the middle of the pack, but it's not bad. I don't hate it. The only one that genuinely frustrates me is Ophelia.
Which one was hers? Was she the priestess?
Yes, the one who take a shot every single time she says your
Take a shot every time she says what? You cut out there.
Your Excellency.
Gotcha. Oh, it's like playing Twilight Princess and taking a shot every time Zelda says goddess.
Yes.
Gotcha.
The problem with Ophelia is, so hers is just a simple-ass pilgrimage, but it's revealed that the dad unfortunately dies, and so Liana, her sworn sister, basically just like gets in the throes of her sorrow, basically gets like convinced that a dark cult can bring him back, and so she backstabs Ophelia and backstabs Ophelia and takes the lantern specifically to try and revive the dark god so that she can bring back his dad, or her dad.
Oh,
The problem with it is it happens basically like that, in terms of just like, yeah, I love the goddess, man, the church fucking sucks. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. We're missing so much here. And the way she brings him back is with a memory that they had when they were children, how they saw a little birdie die in front of them, and they were like, can you nurse it back to health? And the father himself basically said, well, life is, you know, precious. You shouldn't have to, and so like the main thing you remember on, and somehow that basically is like, okay, I'm cured. I don't have to worry about my dad's death anymore. Like that's the only part of it where I'm just like,
so it feels too neat. It feels like way too like.
It's not even too neat. It happens too quickly.
Oh, so it doesn't feel earned. That's a real problem.
It doesn't feel earned, and it also just feels like it comes out of nowhere.
Okay.
That's the only story in Octopath 1 that genuinely frustrates me. Other than that, I can make an argument for every single one.
Pretty much most of my arguments are less so against like the characters and their overall thing. It's more just in, well, the interactions was one, but there's no point in beating a dead horse about that, since you've already said, yes, like that's a known problem, and like people agree with that.
That's a problem that basically every person that I've talked to that enjoys Octopath 1 has a problem with.
Exactly. So there's zero problem with me, or there's zero reason for me to like just be like, well, let's harp on this. Like, no, that's been discussed. We can leave it alone. A lot of them just have to do with the inciting incidents and stuff like that. Like, as I said, I didn't like Therian's inciting incident because the whole item that he's like, this will mark you as a thief and you want this off because of this reason, is something that he just openly wears anyway. So it feels like, how big of an issue is this really, pal? Because you're not doing much to hide it. It's on your fucking
the thing with
sprite.
it is he doesn't wear it openly. He does actually try and hide it. It's not shown in the sprite, but he does try and hide it.
Okay, then I think that's just a failure more of like them just conveying that properly through.
The visual part of it is a failure, but yeah, he doesn't wear it open.
Which is fine. I'm all too happy to look at that and be like, okay, yep, I'm wrong about that. Who was it? It was the apothecary guy.
Alphen? Alphen's my favorite. All right, what's the problem with him?
Honestly, if you're gonna make a character that overtly like gay, just make them gay for fuck's sakes. Like, it felt weird, like
okay.
Because like it really felt like he was meant to be gay, and then they just did nothing with it, and I was like,
I'll be honest,
why?
I did not see it as that.
No,
I did not see it as that.
Oh,
no.
I totally saw it as that.
If you want a gay character, the priest in Octopath 2 was so fucking gay to the point of where even I'm like, yeah, those two are gay.
So yeah, that was just like part of it. I was just like, just make him gay, like it's fine. No. But like, don't fucking dance around it and pretend like it's not happening. We're not stupid. We can think about subtext.
It's Japan. It's
yeah,
Japan.
I know. Ugh.
Was that actually your only issue with him?
That was where I started to notice there was way too much overlap with I'm just gonna put that down there for now. With skills, like the thief and the merchant were basically the same skill. It's just one had a more easier chance of working because it was legal, whereas the other one could get the item for free. And like there was a lot. Yeah, there was a really bad overlap with a lot of those skills where I was like, I don't see the point. Like, I get you wanted to have 8 characters to fit the theme, but if you couldn't think of legitimately 8 different skills, you should have reined it in, and you shouldn't have bothered.
So I push back on that notion just because there is the entire point of it is you kind of playing with the noble versus rogue actions. In terms of different, you're basically trading off. Yes, you can do these things, but you're trading off what you're trading off for it. So with the legal ones, there is a level cap to them, and you have to be this amount of level. Versus the rogue actions of where you, but your punishment is actually felt in terms of everything will cost significantly more, quests will not be available for you, and the only way to be able to have those accessible to you is you have to spread good word about you, but depending on what town you're in and how often you've done it, it increases in price.
Right, and I did like that aspect of like there being a tangible physical punishment for fucking it up. I liked that. But I think my biggest issue with it was like, when it comes to stuff like that, I like to do everything. And Octopath is very much a don't try to do that. Like, you can't, what was it? You can't battle with Oberic or whatever the fuck his name is.
Ulbrich.
You can't battle with him, and then also, like, every one of them had another ability that they basically turned off. I don't think you can. I think on Artie's server, who's this pixel dude? Hello, Minettes. Artie is here. Don't worry, he's here.
Hello, I am here in the top right. Hi, Minette. How are you doing?
Yeah, so every character has like an ability. If you use it on an NPC, then someone else's ability ceases functioning because they overlap so well. And I think it was more just the mentality of like, I don't like that. Like, if I have an ability, I want to be able to use it. And the game is basically saying no. And I wasn't vibing with that.
The thing with it is the fact that I guess so, yeah.
And again, I am trying to. Oh, thank you, Minettes. Appreciate that. And that's the thing is I'm trying to make sure that these aren't just like straw man arguments where I'm like, I don't like this because of reasons. But the more you're telling me about it, the less I'm having to, like, the less ground I have to stand on. And I'm like, oh, fuck, maybe I did misjudge this game. Which is good. That's, in my opinion, that is the best way a fucking argument can be resolved. Is
can I cover Artie by following? I need to get more people in there. Oh my goodness.
That's actually really funny.
Minette and I have, Minette also really likes Octopath. Our initial meeting of the minds was the fact that we have very different opinions on a couple of the characters, mainly Alphen. I'm not going to bring up this beef again. She fucking hates him. I really like him. That's it. That's all we need to say.
That was the alchemist guy, right?
That's the apothecary, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's the apothecary.
Also, people always hold this up as like a great storytelling thing when they're like, well, if you don't like the writing of it, like Primrose had a great story. It's like, yes, she did, because it's a story we have been told like 1,000 times. Like, the dancer is mistreated. She's being used as like a sex symbol. Like, that's terrible. I don't want to gloss over that. Those are terrible things to happen.
The thing with it is, Primrose's story isn't about that. The reason she becomes a dancer is not because of like she's being mistreated. The entire point of it is specific because she has heard that one of her father's murderers visits this town. And so she's been waiting and trying to basically weave her way into a position of where she can readily see everyone to be able to finally enact that plan.
Okay, so either my memory is worse than I thought, or that was not super well conveyed in the first chapter of it, which is fair. It could be built up later. But if it wasn't conveyed,
it's
that
built
sounds
up in chapter 1.
Okay, well then I must just not have either picked up on that or I forgot about it, because like that sounds way more interesting. Way more interesting than what I was thinking about.
She's taking it because she saw her own father's murder. She saw her own father's murder.
I swear to God, if all of this ends with me having to fucking replay Octopath to get my fucking opinion changed, I'm not gonna like it, but like also that may be awesome. So like, I just want you to know it would be under duress.
It is a very good game. I enjoy it. Ulbricht's, the thing with his is it starts as a revenge story, but then by the middle of chapter 2, one of the characters, so he's after a certain person because the betrayed knight basically has said, hey, he was good friends with this person in this town, and so you have to, in order to talk to him, you have to beat this Colosseum tournament.
Yeah, I do vaguely recall a lot of his revenge story and being like, again, this is a perfectly serviceable opening to a character, but again, it is also one we've heard dozens of times.
But the thing with it is, in the middle of this chapter 2, the guy goes, let me ask you a question. Why do you fight? Why do you raise your blade? And Ulbricht realizes, oh shit, I don't have one anymore. Because it used to be in service with the kingdom.
Right.
And then for this entire story, up until like the end of chapter 4, he's trying to figure out that reason. Because he sees the knight that betrayed the kingdom, and you learn about his backstory, and he basically says, I've found a new lease on life by protecting this village.
Can I just take a quick moment to deviate just based on that one dialogue that you said? Because I legitimately used to think that fucking phrase was Nissan life and kept wondering why people talked about cars. I'm not kidding. I legitimately thought that was a thing, and I feel really stupid.
That's funny.
No, I wasn't sure when else I'd get to bring that up, so I may as well bring it up now.
Fantastic. Yes, man, you heard that exact. You heard that exact thing.
Yeah. Look, I wasn't the brightest kid.
The best way to describe Mike, in terms of the conversations I've had with him, slightly more eloquent version of meta. That's the best way I can describe him.
Unsure if compliment or not.
Meta's one of my best friends online. He goes by Nostalgia Trips, and
Oh god. Yeah, oh god. That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure if this is a compliment or not.
No, it is a compliment. It is I mean it is a compliment in both the good and bad.
You said best friends, so I will choose to see it as a possible. Dude's stupid sometimes. Yeah, I'm stupid all the time, so.
Yes, he's also very stupid sometimes.
Okay, show me someone online who isn't.
That's, you know, you got
I'll
a
wait.
Point. But yeah, so I mean, I can go over the other characters. Like
yeah, fire away, because honestly, so far I'm like 0 for 3 on my first impressions of them, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of open to the idea of being proven wrong on this because
about this game.
Yeah, because I don't want to say famous for hating it, but I'm like I was one of its most vocal non-Donkey detractors from it. And it would be interesting to have that character arc in my life.
Let's see who else. Okay, Tressa.
Actually, Tressa was the first one I played. I was gonna say the Hunter lady. Okay, Tressa, I only have one big problem with her opening. So.
Oh yeah, why exactly she happens? We'll get to that then. Yeah, Haunted is my second least favorite because I hate the Shakespearean language. It is a significantly worse version than Frog's. Her story
I was just about to say, what do you think about Frog's dialogue? And you like nip that in the bud.
Frogs I don't mind. It's not as bad.
English.
The problem I have with it is that it's very clearly supposed to be Viking based, so I wanted to be broken English.
So then is the language itself bad, or is it just not what you specifically want it to be then?
The language itself is also rough because the best way I can describe it is it feels like a first draft of a writing.
Okay, half of that got cut out. You were like one word in, one word out. I'm not quite sure what was going on with that. I think it's Discord being stupid again.
It's Discord because I know on my end it usually picks up. All right, basically, it feels like it is a freshman's first draft at Shakespeare.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Kind of like I don't know why I'm going right back to the Avengers again. I made this fucking comparison earlier, but that fucking scene in the first movie where Stark is like, "Does your mother know you wear her?" Like really over the top bullshit, making fun of it. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. That is the only problem I have with Haunted. Haunted's story is the most simple. It is literally just my master has gone missing. I gotta slay the beast that killed him.
Yeah, and I believe her skill overacts with Primrose's, doesn't it? Because they're both summoners, effectively, or am I thinking of someone else?
So they are summoners. The thing with it is Haunted is physical compared to buffing.
Right. Oh, no, yeah, that's right. The dancer is the same with the priestess because they both have, like,
yes.
yeah, they can both summon people to, like, either offense or defense.
So, the best I can describe it is Hanit is not a summoner, she is a beast tamer.
Right. And it functions kind of like, I think I compared it to Pokemon, didn't I? Where it was
it's closer to,
or like the capture mechanic in FF5.
It's closer to capture in FF5.
Okay.
That's best. Yeah, it's closer to that. But yeah, that's the only problem I have with Hana is just I don't like her writing style. The story itself is the most simple by far. Tress actually gets a lot of black even within the community.
I like Tress's personality. I liked her skill. I thought it was interesting. I like the fact that I believe she was a spear and bow user, which was like a nice, like,
yes. So she's actually
basically a Dark Souls build. Okay.
She's actually a mixed attacker. She also does pretty well with, she's kind of your all-rounder. She does pretty well with magic as well.
Okay. So yeah, I liked all of that. I think my biggest problem with her was specifically how her story starts off, because like,
in terms of the fact that she gives the pirates shit in terms of they wake up conveniently whenever she tries to fight them.
No, it's actually less that. It's more just this entire town is apparently just totally cool with the fucking like little girl going to deal with the pirates. Like nobody wanted to fucking stop her or help.
Everyone else was too scared, I guess. That would be the reason.
It just felt like an excuse. Like y'all bitches.
I'm gonna say this, like that's the case for a lot of Final Fantasy games. Like Final Fantasy 3 has this problem then.
Where am I? Oh, there I am. Are you saying 3 is in 3 or 3 is in 6? Because 3's got a lot.
3 is in 3.
Okay, yeah, 3's got a lot of problems. Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
3 is in 3, as in you start with Onion Knights.
Yeah.
What? So like the inciting action isn't really the main thing with her.
Tressa has the biggest dick in that town, 100%.
Yeah, no, she has the biggest dick in all of
that's good.
Ripple-Tide. No, but the main thing with her is it's a coming of age story. So the villain doesn't matter as much. It's one of those. It's more about the journey than it is the destination kind of situation.
Don't confirm or deny this or anything, but I actually got the impression that the pirate dude who like helps her out and like kind of inspires her was going to end up being her ultimate villain somehow. Don't know why. Just got that impression. I was like, I feel like that's where that's going.
Do you want me to confirm or deny it?
No. If you're successful in your fucking persuasion rolls here, I'll find out for myself, I guess. Also, Tressa has a disabled bestie.
Oh no. Okay, that is not really. It's more so she inspires it, but that's a chapter 4 spoiler.
Oh, that's fine. I'm not gonna remember that far in.
Okay, yeah.
That's the beauty of having a bad memory is people tell me things and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Good thing I won't remember that.
She does inspire a girl. Okay, basically her story ends in a way that is a lot more about her understanding. So okay, if you have a bad memory, then I might as well just let you know about this. The main kind of culmination is the Merchant's Fair, which is like this grand bazaar kind of situation, and everyone brings it over to try and sell on an item for like this. For this very rich person.
Okay.
And more often than not, people bring like, elaborate jewels from like far off lands or carpets and that kind of stuff. And Tressa initially gets this basically unobtainable gem from a cave. And then after talking with a certain person, she realizes, oh, no, that's not my greatest treasure. This is. And she pulls up a raggedy journal that she has had this entire time. And she sells her journey in terms of her writings about it. And according to the person, he was like, this is the first time my daughter has ever said.
You cut out after you said this is the first time my daughter
wanted something.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, you're right. So it does seem like it's more of a personal victory over you beat the bad guy and saved the, like, it's not a JRPG victory.
Yeah, and it's actually Octopath 2 further doubles down on it because there are chapters in that game that do not have bosses. It is just story.
I don't hate that. I can see some people like might not be okay vibing with that because like, it's deviating from the status norm. But if what's a really good example of this? Because I was thinking about this the other day. I was
Yes,
playing a
specifically
game.
because the rich guy's daughter has a chronic illness disability so that she cannot walk. She basically just can't walk.
Oh, I think it was a Fire Emblem game. I can't remember which one, but like the very last chapter was fucking stupidly simple, and like to me, like the final boss of this game was like 3 chapters ago, and the rest of this is kind of just like
FE6? Are you talking about FE6 with Idun?
I think I might be thinking of FE6, where it's you fight the final battle, and it was like basically Zephyr. Like everything past that was kind of more of a victory lap or a playable cutscene.
The thing with it is it's more about spirit versus power, because Idun basically has no soul.
Oh, I should reiterate, that's not a complaint against it. I like that. I was more saying like I would be okay with oh, there you are. It's the counter. I would be okay with a game not necessarily having a final boss fight if it made sense in the context, and I think FE6 is one of those examples, because you don't need to kill Idun.
So funnily enough, even with that context, Idun isn't the easiest final boss. Funnily enough, that goes to Thracia.
Oh, well, hold on. Are you talking about with skips or without skips? Because, like, I feel like if you actually had to play that map with no warp, no nothing else, and you actually had to fight through all the guys, I think the
without skips.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the final priest dude would be harder than Idun.
No, Veld is not hard.
Really?
Veld is not hard.
Wow.
The problem that I have with Veld as well is that he's built up as this like juggernaut unit, the guy who's controlling Manfroy behind the scenes and all that shit, and he dies super easily.
I definitely would have thought he would be harder than like Idun or something like that. That's interesting.
No, Idun is the thing with it is Idun is easy, but that's because you have the Binding Blade. Veld is easy to kill with basically anyone.
That's true, yeah. You do have the Binding Blade, which is literally like a one-shot, effectively.
Yeah.
Speaking of Nissan Life, guess what I got an ad for?
Oh, that's fantastic.
That actually is. I kind of love that.
But yeah, no. So yeah, that's the thing I have with it. Is just it's so. Veld is like the most disappointing final boss for me.
I can absolutely understand that.
Yeah. Which is not going to be fun because I do enjoy Thracia, and then I have to end with that fucking whimper. Veld is not even. Yeah. Idun can at least kill someone. Veld can't even do that. And again, he's built. The worst part about Veld is that he's built up as the guy basically running the entire show.
Well, like I mean, after what's his name, Manfroy?
No, Manfroy is second in command.
What? I thought Manfroy was his boss.
No, the other way around.
Oh my god.
Veld is like the main bad guy.
I legitimately thought, because like Manfroy's in like FE4, so like he's
no,
so like he
Manfroy
doesn't die in the Thracia arc, right?
No, so Manfroy does die in Thracia. He dies in Thracia.
Okay.
Or no, he doesn't die in Thracia. No, okay. So it's weird because FE4 and FE5, the way they tell their story is different because it's convenient for that game. So certain battles are won in Thracia that are lost in Genealogy.
Oh god.
So it's not known of what actually happened.
That sounds like a fucking lore nightmare.
Yeah, it's the main reason as to why it's never at all like a lot of people are like don't do an FE4 and 5 compilation because of that shit.
Which is funny because most people do exactly that. And they'll play both.
So the entire point is that you can kind of slot Thracia in between the two, but the problem is there's a lot of key moments that happen. Yes, that is Weevil Bug Spray. You saw that right.
Oh yes.
Also,
yeah.
hello,
hi dear. Yes, Weevil has anti-stink bug repellent because they had to keep it Yu-Gi-Oh themed. So we're talking about Thracia and it's bullshit.
Yeah. Weevil likes bugs.
Because I don't think they could think of something else that would be
smelling bugs.
Is that for spraying at Weeble? If someone came in here just like Weeble, I would spray him too.
Yeah. But so what was it? Like I like all of I like Thracia a lot. It's just that final boss is just so disappointing.
So I think my biggest problem with Thracia, and this is taken to be with a grain of salt because it is completely self-inflicted. I play Iron Mans when I do it. Thracia is not fun to Iron Man because there's a lot of mechanics that are really, really against you for Iron Manning. Like I'll use what is the chapter? It's after the prison arc in the beginning, and you get Marty and the boys back, and you have to get to Daggar's mansion. That mission, the outdoor one,
chapter 8 or chapter... Okay, are you inside the mansion?
No, you're getting to the mansion.
That's chapter 8.
That mission does not lend itself well to only having one shot at something. Because if you fuck up and can't get that stupid boss to get captured, and he loves to not get captured, you screw yourself out of Tanya, you screw yourself out of a scroll, you screw yourself out of, I believe, the boots, or whatever the hell the boots equivalent is. Like you mess up
the leg ring.
Yeah, you mess up a lot over that, and that's just an example. Like the Salem map drives me crazy because of the
Salem
universal
map is more of a knowledge check.
It is.
So the thing with it is Kaga, this is a thing that Kaga does, and I fucking hate it. Kaga loves knowledge checks.
For the sake of clarity, would you explain your definition of a knowledge check to chat?
Okay, so knowledge check is a thing that you do not know how to solve your so it is the most wide in terms of difficulty. If you know exactly what to do, the chapter basically breezes by in one turn. If you don't know what to do, it is a nightmare to beat. The perfect example of this is chapter 12X. 12X, you have Lara, is where it's Pern.
Oh, yes, okay, I know that. That's the dancer chapter.
Yes, that's the dancer chapter. If you know where to teleport Lara, you basically don't have to play the chapter because you get a dancer out of it, Pern gets recruited, all of the dancers start escaping, and you just sleep the one guy that you need to do, and that chapter goes by in like maybe 20 minutes.
You also don't need to deal with oh my god, the thief staff girl.
Yes,
because you probably dealt with her at the same time, so you don't need to deal with her either.
Yes, it's
Tina?
Oh my god,
does that sound right?
Tina. It is Tina.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Tina. Because you also should have Safi with you at that point.
Right, unless, I mean, again, playing against the Iron Man role, if you've lost her, then this was a problem with some hacks too. I think I've complained about Anderon for this exact thing, where certain units live or die on whether or not you manage to keep X unit alive. Now, granted, I don't think the solution to that is just make it so the Lord can always recruit the units regardless, but I definitely think in some cases, Thracia specifically, that would have helped that problem. But I've never lost those units preemptively. It's usually just like stumbles. Like, how many times have you tried to do the prison chapter where you get, what is her name? No, not, well, Asbel is a great example. I was thinking of the Mage Knight girl. Olwen?
Olwen.
Yeah, she can absolutely die before you ever get to her. Asbel, not as rare, or not as often, but I've seen Asbel can die.
Also has a different problem. If you don't get 4X, you don't get your first mage until like chapter 13.
And that's Homer, if I'm not mistaken, right? The Bard?
It's Homer. It might be Homer or someone else. I'm forgetting. No,
Oh, it's a very effective term. Yeah, it's one of those terms that I could definitely see myself coining for reply. Like, kind of like when I was playing a lot of Falsebound Kingdom for this, and I kept coining the phrase action economy, like, because you only had so many turns you could use, and it just kind of stuck.
That's a D&D term as well.
yeah, knowledge check would be like another one of those ones. Like, yeah, I could see myself using that when describing this. And, you know, Thracia and I have a very abusive relationship, so I'm probably going to play it again at some point.
Yeah, like, the thing with it is Thracia is great. Okay, Thracia is okay on a first playthrough. The thing with it is it doesn't explain as much to you, so it's fantastic on a second playthrough once you figure out its mechanics. There is also a patch for it. When did you play Thracia?
The last time I played Thracia would have been... I want to say it was this year, but a couple of months, like
so
quite a few months ago.
Master patch.
Oh yes.
Yes. Okay. So I've actually acquaintances getting to the point of friends of one of the people there who worked on that patch. Yeah, I was used to be friends with a lot of the FE community. So a lot of the people who worked on translation patches, I was friends with them a while back. Back when I more frequently did that before I had to take my break from being known as the Fire Emblem guy. Because
that's understandable.
Yeah, I got very sick of it, and yet I'm now diving head first right back into it. I'm like, shit. Also, I'm biased because knowledge check is very much a D&D expression.
She's big on D&D too. So
yeah, I'm also a big D&D guy, but I haven't been able to play with anyone just because, again, my one D&D friend group just hated how I played the game. Okay, wait. So to finish that story from like.
I don't think we ever actually finished that. Yeah. Let's go back to that.
So basically, I had a very Gygaxian approach to shit. So a lot of my characters were like half-page backstories and that kind of. But a lot of the other people had like 12 pages for their backstory and like multiple parts to it. It had very definitive goals.
Okay.
And several people were like, there's got to be more to this character than this. And I am like insistent, like, no, there isn't. There just isn't. It's just this guy. It's a regular ass dude. The DM really enjoyed that because he was like, something different. You know, it's something nice.
Yeah, something simple.
Other people didn't. And I also have a very big presence, as you could tell by how exactly I'm talking and whatnot. A very big presence, and so I kind of at some point snuffed some people out unintentionally. And so as such,
does that mean you were like you were more vocal and overbearing, or do you mean you murdered them?
Vocal. Okay. I do not kill anyone. All of my characters that I play are chaotic good or at some points neutral good. The most fun character I played in terms of a morality standpoint was an assassin that had his own code of ethics, and I put them as lawful neutral.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was like, I feel like that needs to be clarified just in case. Where's that?
Yes, I do not do TPKs. I don't try and kill the party. I never play an evil character because I don't like playing as villains.
It's really hard to make a villain character justifiably work with anybody else unless they're all villains.
The interesting one that I had was a lawful evil. One in terms of like it was very much of a Naysala kind of character. If that gives you a sense of what they were.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So like that was the best instance I've seen of a villain. And I was like, all right, this is interesting. But like doing a chaotic evil party is the only time of where I can see chaotic evil working.
Yeah, but then like that's gonna be a fucking headache for the DM to try and manage.
Oh yeah, no, it's a pain in the ass to do that. I also don't play D&D often, but it's due to my work schedule. Yeah, basically. That's not even my least favorite alignment though. My least favorite alignment is chaotic neutral.
I honestly thought you were gonna say true neutral because it's the most boring.
True neutral, you can make something interesting out of that, but I just don't like chaotic neutral because, as my friend coins it, it's not chaotic neutral, it's chaotic stupid.
Yep. You just do literally the first dumbass thing that pops into your mind, and it's you roll with it.
Yeah, I burned down an orphanage, but I saved a cat from a tree, so it all equals out.
I'm sorry.
Well, so that's like the most extreme example of chaotic neutral.
No. I mean, like that would be the party's reaction. It's just like, dude, come again? Like, you want to fucking run that by me one more again?
Yeah. So like, I hate chaotic neutral. But so yeah, no, I used to like it when I first played D&D, but then I thought about it and I played with people that like actually played characters, and I'm like, chaotic neutral kind of sucks.
I always have like, it depends on the people really, but I do very often run into those people that are like, I want to be like the evil, like the subterfuge, it's like, it's fine if you want to do that, but like, you can't just decide that at the table. That's kind of something, at least in my opinion, is something you really need to go over with the DM, because maybe the play is you're playing a character that the others don't know is evil, and your goal is to try and keep it going like that for as long as possible without them ever finding you out. And then in that case, you not only haven't made the DM's life a living hell because they have to put out all the fires you're starting, but you've actually given them like a fun little job that they can either assist you with or you can assist them with.
Yeah.
But, some people don't do that. They just sit down and they're like, all right, time to start some fires. Like,
yeah, basically.
Thanks, Dick.
I'm trying to think. The most interesting one that I've run into is kind of turning the one that I had in mind. I've honestly never heard of anyone who can actually play that in alignment away. Yeah, it's hard to do so because you're basically just like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing even.
Oh, that's another thing. Like, just that kind of answer, I guess, drives me crazy at the D&D table is people who, if they don't know what they're doing, that's fine. New players come and go all the time. But make the effort, you know? Be looking at stuff when it's not your turn so you can figure things out, or ask questions. Don't be like, all right, what do you want to do with your turn? I don't know. Like, thank you for proving that you give zero shits about this game that at least some of us care about and would like to, you know, play. It drives me crazy. Like, there's a difference between not knowing and not caring, and too often is that line played jump rope with.
Yeah, it's annoying. What was it? It also just doesn't help that I just like you kind of need the people to be able to play with when it comes to that kind of shit.
Honestly, I think the only reason I'm not like sitting here like fucking shaking and being like, I need D&D. I'm jonesing for D&D, ma'am. Is because we were trying to do is because Baldur's Gate 3. It's a solid substitute when it works.
Yeah.
When it's not crashing all the time. I said this during our Baldur's Gate.
I can't run Baldur's Gate 3, so I might need to upgrade this graphics card finally.
Yeah, like because it's so good when it fucking works. Like if it was any other game, if I wasn't having as much fun as I am when we could get it running, I would have long given up on it and just uninstalled it. But it fucking really, like it does a really good case for itself. It's like that kid in class that keeps drawing on shit he shouldn't and setting fires, but you're like, but damn it, he's gonna do something someday, so we can't give up on him.
It's more so, no, it's not that. It's more so a matter of that kid keeps drawing on shit and is really annoying, but every once in a while when you have a debate, he brings up a very salient, you're like, fuck, dude, you're like this 10% of the time. Why can't you be like this 100% of the time?
Like, why can't you be good all the time?
Yeah.
It's like that's like the fucking anime discussions I've heard. It's like, oh, if you watch it like for 30 episodes, it gets good later. It's like, well, why can't it be good now?
Okay, hold on. Thank you for reminding me of this. It's the same shit I have with MMOs, and I hear this constantly about Final Fantasy 14. In terms of you have to sit through like 60 hours, and I'm like, I don't want to.
Yeah, I agree. I
fucking hate MMOs.
I was watching a video because I watch I'll just name drop him, like Pong Sufu. I love his videos. Great compilations, great funny. And he did a video recently where him and his buddies played classic World of Warcraft on hardcore mode, and it was a fucking hilarious video. I'm telling my brother about it, and I'm like, we should I just watched it. I want to watch it again. We should watch it. And he's like, oh yeah, my friends have been trying to get me to play WoW again as well. And I'm like fucking why? Like, you guys are already playing like FF14 and all that. He's like, I don't know. I'm like, and I was thinking, I'm like, I can't do it. Like, I sunk days, weeks of my life into WoW at one point. I can't do it because I get so depressed because in general, video games are a cost, like just like a sunk. They're not even like a cost sunk. They're just a sunk. You're not getting that time back.
A sunk fallacy.
Really, yeah. You're not getting that time back regardless. But if you can derive enough entertainment from it, then it balances out and doesn't feel like a waste of time. MMOs, I am never more acutely aware of the thing that I am doing and grinding and striving for is fucking pointless. Like, I am just so much aware of, like, I did this thing, and it's like that line from Chrono Trigger when you go into the healing tanks, and it's like, your HP's restored.
But you were still hungry.
But you were still hungry. And I'm always hungrier when I'm playing MMOs because I know it's pointless.
What was it? No, it's like, this is also different from slow burns. Like, the main example I can point to is I deeply enjoy Mario and Luigi Brothers. I super enjoyed that game. Yeah. That game has a slow start. Like, okay, have you played any of the other Mario and Luigi games?
I adored Bowser's Inside Story, but it's the only one I've played.
Okay, most of them are pretty good. There's a couple that are odd or whatever else. To give you an idea of how slow Brothership is, you don't get your first Bros attack until 5 hours in.
I was actually just gonna say, like, have you played a Persona game before? How slow is it compared to those?
Persona, the thing with the, okay, depends on which Persona.
Well, okay, my favorite one is 4, and even I can acknowledge that 4 takes about 2 hours to get really going. And then 5, it legitimately feels like it's about 6 to 7 hours before it's done holding your hand and saying, now you can play the video game. Like, there's a mod on Nexus right now to skip until, like, I think it's like August of the first year, because that's when the tutorials finally stop.
I don't mind those as much. The thing with it is not even in terms of holding your hands, because at the very least your story is like, oh shit, it's a murder mystery. And that's like,
yeah, and 4 and 5, it's like, okay, stuff's happening, I guess.
Yeah, 5, I was gonna more so, if anything, point to 3. Because 3, you're just kind of like getting inklings of like what the fuck the apathy syndrome is.
I legitimately forgot that the apathy syndrome was a part of that.
Mystery intrigue. It also helps that it has, in my opinion, the best cast.
Everything except for Teddy, yes. I fucking hate Teddy.
I'm gonna be honest, like, I don't hate Teddy. I don't super dig Teddy, but like, I'll defend the man honestly a little bit.
My biggest problem is like Teddy is very clearly a holdover archetype character from like when putting like the funny pervert character in your anime is like the way to go, but like we've had like that archetype has been bad for years now, and I'm just so sick of it.
The
like
thing with Teddy is the fact that it's not just that. It's stupid of how that happens, but his entire arc is just a better version of Morgana's arc.
Oh, it is. And the only reason I give Morgana slightly more slack than Teddy, and it's very minor, is because Morgana only simps for Anne. Teddy simps for literally every girl, and it's like...
Okay, honestly, if anything, that annoys me more about Morgana considering his arcana.
What arcana was he again? I actually can't remember.
Magician. He is the same Morgana as Yosuke and Junpei.
Oh, that's supposed to be I forgot about that. That's supposed to be the best friend character. How is that not Ryuji?
Ryuji's Chariot. Ryuji makes sense as to why he's Chariot.
It does, but like it's all, I mean, except for Persona 3 on the male side, it's always like the best friend character that gets that one.
No, okay, so the thing with it is more so, okay, the reason as to why it's that is, funny enough, the reason I mentioned this, I also did, that was my first announcement back, was specifically because I like the Magician Arcana.
Okay.
Magician Arcana is not the best friend character, it is specifically a character dealing with their own illusions. I'm
trying to remember what Buddy Boy in Persona 3's deal was now because I don't
his illusion of figuring out what the fuck he wants to do.
Because I thought he was trying to bang older women.
Him and Chidori.
No, I'm not talking about Junpei's. I'm talking specifically about in the male side of things, it's that classmate of yours. I can't remember his fucking name.
Easy.
Yeah.
He thinks that he's dating the teacher when he's actually just basically fooled himself into thinking he's actually dating the teacher.
Wait, hold on. The older woman he was always talking about was the fucking teacher?
Not that teacher, but it was a different teacher.
Okay, I was like, motherfucker, I was trying to date the teacher.
I have very big ick feelings about Maya in that game.
You know what? I'm not even gonna go into that one because like Persona loves fucking throwing those at us.
Here's the thing though. Persona 4 didn't.
No, Persona 4 didn't. They gave you a horny teacher, but everyone was smart enough not to go near her.
Yeah, Persona 4 gave you the horny teacher, and people were like, I never thought I'd see this. I miss the fucking prude.
I miss King Moron. How did that happen?
Yeah, how the fuck did that happen? Like, I fucking hated King Moron, and then we got whatever the fuck the...
Nariko is her...
No, horny nurse you can't date. You cannot date any of the adults.
Yeah, I was surprised by that.
The horny nurse is not that. Her entire arc is her figuring out what the fuck she wants to do. And by the end of it, if you rank 10 with her, you go to her hospital and she's just like gone from the country. She's just helping homeless people in Africa.
Yeah, I actually I gave it a lot of props for that because I was like, I am low-key amazed you didn't let us fuck the nurse.
Yeah,
good for you, game. Good for that restraint.
You can date, the only ones you can date are your classmates, and I'm like, thank God.
Now that said, I will definitely
when it comes to the Persona 4 cast, but that's just me.
I'll die on the Kawamami Hill on Persona 5, but I mean, whatever.
It is what it is.
I'm not proud.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. Of the best of the adults, the best one is Tai Takemi.
She's number 2 for me. So like, don't worry, you're not far behind on that one. I'm trying to figure out like
King
what else.
Moron, perfect quote use. I mean, that's literally what everyone calls him. Is King Moron. Morocco, they just King Moron.
Yeah. have you seen the animes, by the way?
I've seen Persona 4s and Persona 5s, unfortunately.
Okay, so do you think it's weird that Persona 4
Persona 3s as well?
That's fair. It was about Persona 4, so I'm glad that's the one you've seen more of. Do you think it's weird that they gave the fucking teacher and the, I can't remember her name, so I'm just gonna call her the fat chick. It's like so much more character in the fucking anime for some reason. Like she's around a lot more in the anime, and I don't understand why.
All the social links are around a lot more, but I think what helps is that you have Chatakami there. Yeah, the Persona 4 anime is infamous for that kind of shit. It's fun.
Chatakami. Oh, you're talking about you. Like,
yes, you Murakami. Yeah, you know,
and now it makes sense.
It makes sense. Yeah, the family calls him Chatakami. It's great.
I get it, because yes, in the anime, and I love the fact that he doesn't start like that.
Hold on, 1 second.
Yep, take your time. Oh, I wonder when my next rated cards are coming in. Let's see. 2 days. Do I have any more to send out? That one. And that one. And that one. And that one.
Alrighty.
Welcome back.
Okay, I will be back in like 20 or 30 minutes because I have to go eat foods.
Actually, that's fair. It's been 2 hours, so we can actually call it here too.
I don't care one way or the other. So if you're fine with vibing for like half an hour.
No, it's cool. I think this is a good start because like I want to I'm gonna be bringing people back. So we'll just have it to be continued with our discussions about Chatakami.
I guess so.
I will actually put that in my notes. That says it's like okay, get out of my fucking store already. God damn it.
Bob Ross head ass.
Yeah, right. I will put that in my notes that we were talking about Persona last, and we can pick that conversation up during the next one because I'm eventually gonna run out of streamers, right, for this idea. So I'm gonna have to rotate people back in. So that's actually a really, really good point that we could just come back and start fresh there.
Is opinions of Persona waifus and Persona games?
I mean, obviously. But also, I really want to discuss Chatakami because I've cosplayed him, so I know what you're talking about, and I want to go into that. But yes, go ahead and why don't you say your goodbyes here? If you guys have not followed Artie already, the link is going to be on the Discord, and I'm going to quickly grab it and post it on here too. And then please go give him a follow because he is awesome and he's very entertaining, and he will do a Russian accent if you give him money,
which I'll eventually swap over to a just lost in translation of where I full on speaking Russian. That was an April Fool's joke that I did a while back.
Awesome.
Like a long time ago, I swapped over some of my elements. I played Papers, Please only in Russian, and I spoke only in Russian. It was an April Fool's joke.
Yes, I remember that because we fucking vibed over Papers, Please when I first ran into your stream too.
Yeah, we vibed over that. You sent me the short film, which was very good.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
All right, well, you have yourself a great meal. I am going to go raid my friend who is currently streaming. And I want to really thank you so much for coming and doing this, because you did great.
No problem.
I had so much fun with this, and...
this sounds like a job interview. You did great.
You did great. We'll be in touch, yes.
Yeah, we'll circle back to this.
Tomorrow I've got an interview with Slow Guy Kaz, you know?
Yeah.
All right. Have a good one, man.
I'm gonna go now. Bye-bye.
Boy.
Bye.
Let's get that raid going. And we're gonna go give Sam some love here. And then I'm probably gonna have a bite to eat and get to work on some dinner. Or maybe in the other order, because that makes much more sense. So, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Remember that you are loved, that you are valued, and that you matter. And I will see you all next time. Bye for now.